Well, good morning, guys. Welcome to another Munro adventure today. Today, I'm in the sleepy village of Lochs, and the route I'm going to do today is a classic Munro, set on the banks of Loch. The weather looks okay. It's currently spitting rain, but you could see the shadow of the Munro as I was driving down towards Lochs, so that's a good sign. I've just done one last check of the forecast, and when I hit the top, should be about this time, I've maybe got a 2-hour window before the mist and snow comes in, so that's not really what I was expecting. So going by that forecast, it doesn't look like I'm going to get the clear tops I was expecting, but let's hope we get a bit of luck at the top. Well, that's me, just reached the head of Loch. It's a rather gloomy sort of morning, so I'm not expecting any blue skies and sunshine today. But to my left hand side, you might just be able to see the top of Slioch, which is covered in fog and mist at the moment. It's been about an hour to get to this point over some rough and boggy terrain, but I think it's going to be uphill pretty soon. So I'll check in once I'm a bit further up this fine mountain. So I'll just give you a quick update where I am just now. I'm about halfway distance-wise up this mountain, but I've still got the steepest part to come. It's literally like something out of Lord of the Rings. Absolutely incredible. As you can see, up towards the tops, there's still mist and fog lingering there. Hopefully that'll lift. Back down to Loch Beignet, just in the distance there. And the usual characteristics of this area, the layers in the mountains of Torridon. It's like something from a different planet, this area of Scotland. I absolutely love it. So much to see on routes like this. But hopefully I get some views from the top. Like I said earlier, there's a 2-hour window of good visibility, so I hope that hasn't changed. But anyway, we'll soon find out. After an initially steep ascent, it finally levelled out to this atmospheric corrie. It wasn't long, however, before things started to get steep again as I made my way out of the corrie. Okay, so that's me at about 700 metres now at this lovely little loch, and you can see the way ahead just behind me there, straight up the face and into the mist. I think the mist is rising with me, so I'm hoping it'll be clear at the top. This mountain is a huge bulk. I think I slightly underestimated it as it's taken time. I'm well over 3 hours now, and I've got about 250, 260 metres still to go. It's a lovely little spot, so I think I'll come back and have lunch here once I've reached the summit. The higher that I got up this mountain, the more I realised that this mist just wasn't going anywhere. It also started to turn rather wintry. Anyway, after about 45 minutes in the mist, I reached this trig point. But a quick check of the GPS, I realised that this wasn't the true top. There it is, the summit of the mighty Slioch, Munro 169. Not a thing to be seen up here, to be honest. I will wait a little while, but it doesn't look like it's going to clear anytime soon. So as you know, this is Slioch, and I think Slioch means the spear. I think it's 981 metres high. It certainly feels a lot higher than that. That ascent up to here is just relentless. It felt like it went on for hours and hours. Probably not helped by the fact that I was in the clag for probably the last hour and didn't know how close I was to the top. It's a shame there's no views up here, as I know that it's a spectacular viewpoint, but I will have to come back one day to see the full picture. Now, what's absolutely incredible is the difference in conditions from the bottom of this mountain to the top. Now, there's actually fresh snow that fell last night. I think there's more forecast tonight. But back down at Lochs, it was so mild on the way up. It was almost t-shirt weather. Whereas up here, I think there's lots of verglass, ice, and leftover cornices. So it's always worth bringing winter gear well into spring. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to call it a day up here, I think. As you can see, it's just not going to clear, not a chance. And I've just checked the forecast again, and it says very poor visibility and heavy snow on the way in the next hour. So I'm going to bail out, I think. It's quite a difficult mountain to navigate in this mist. I'm relying on GPS. Well, I was for most of the way up, and it'll be the same on the way down, so I think I'm going to call it. As you can see, my hair is actually frozen solid. It's that cold up here. My fingers are freezing, so I'm going to head down back to the loch, get some lunch there, I think, and then make my way back down. A bit of a shame, but it'll always be here to return to. So that's me just dropped back down into the corrie, just below where the loch is. It was a little bit exposed at the loch, so I thought I'd get more shelter down here. I finally managed to defrost myself as well. It was Baltic up there, I just couldn't stand it any longer. So I'm disappointed the views weren't what I expected up there. I know on a good day you can see into Fisherfield, down to Loch, deep into Torridon, so I will have to return one day to see that view. I can't really complain, as I have generally been pretty lucky with the weather. This is one of a few that I haven't had view at the top, so it's going to happen in Scotland. This is probably the more realistic side of doing the Munros in Scotland, as we do get days like this more often than not. So I'll give you my review out of 10, and I think I can give it a strong 8 out of 10. Hard to judge because I didn't see the views. I'm sure it'd be a 10 all day long on a good day, but it's worth mentioning that some of the terrain is steep. I don't think I'd like to do this in winter conditions or with ice, as there is steep terrain. The navigation was quite difficult coming off, as I had to check the GPS every 5 to 10 minutes just to make sure I was on the right track. But anyway, thanks for watching today's video. I'm just going to get a bite to eat now, make up the 2-hour walk out back to my van. So hopefully you'll join me for my next adventure, and I hope I'll get better views than today at the top.